All right, so you got a sim stamp number uploaded to Trading Paints, just a simple paint scheme that you can use in leagues. You can create different variations of it. Just have it in Trading Paints. That way you can have, if you got one color scheme you want to run in one league, special paint schemes, nighttime paint schemes, things like that. You can just go with that. Now let's take it to another level and let's start adding in some sponsor stickers, custom numbers, things like that. Now, I personally, I'm going to switch this back to the way that I had it with the black. This one was teal and the pink. Remember our hotkey from before? You want to see how quick it is to just go right back to what that one looked like? Shift F2. Oops, we need to be in Photoshop when we hit Shift F2. There we go. All right. Here's the thing though, is now we're going to be using custom numbers. We don't want the SimStamp numbers to be appearing here anymore, so we need to change how we are saving this file. Now, the first thing we need to do is we need to go in where we had our car num. Oops. Let's go to the right folder. Paint. Let's delete that. Yeah, went back to the basic UI version. Let's go ahead and edit our hotkey. We're not going to redo the whole thing, but what I am going to do is on here where the file is, you are going to change it to car underscore num underscore and your iRacing number. Now you've got a paint scheme that has no sim stamp number on it. You can use your own custom stickers, which is what we're going to do next. All right. So let's go ahead and minimize that. Now let's go grab, first let's grab some sponsor stickers. I have an entire folder here of different PNG files that I have. I'm going to grab that one. I'm going to grab that one. Let's just stick with those two for the moment. Okay. So there's the big one we're going to put on the hood. The reason I am using these are publicly available through the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. These files, the PNG files, are available for you to create your own graphics, artwork, things like that. This particular cause is definitely close to home for me. I do have people close to me who have used this resource in the past when they've been struggling. I have struggled with my own mental issues over the course of the years. It's a fantastic resource, so I certainly have no problem with going ahead and putting their stickers on my cars that I'll be racing. You never know. Maybe you may be racing in a race where somebody's doing that. Somebody's just in a race and they're at a point where they might need some help. Them seeing this might be what helps. You never know. But either way, I'm going to take that. Let's put it in our car. And name this specifically when you put it over on your car. That way you can keep track of these files. Let's do the same with this one. Duplicate layer, put it on the car. Okay, so these should both be on the car now. All right, so here they are. Oh, they've dropped into a weird place within our stack here. So let's go ahead and first things first, let's go ahead and move it up. You can do a couple of different things here. Some people like to create another folder here, like another drop-down tab, just purely for their decals. You can do that if you want. I'm okay with this because I'm not going to put too many on here. If you're going to start getting into putting a number of different little stickers and logos, things like that, perhaps maybe compressing them down into some folders may be the best way to go. But for us, we don't need to worry about that right at the moment. That sticker, though, is way too big. Go to your transform, scale, shrink it down a bunch. Let's try to kind of line it. It's about the right size. Oops. Control Z, I didn't want to fill that. We want our move tool. All right, let's see. Sometimes Photoshop will give you reference lines. I think that looks, we'll put it right about there, kind of towards the front edge of the hood. Now we need to go ahead and rotate it counterclockwise 90 degrees. And there it is. Now, if you want to see where it looks on the car, oh, before we do that, let's go ahead and address the side one. Otherwise, the car's going to look really goofy for a second. You can do that. And in fact, on the side one here, I want to stretch that. And I believe it's distort. Stretch it just a little bit. That way it takes up, it fits on the quarter panel a little bit better. All right, so there it is. And okay, let's see what it looks like on the car. Remember our hotkey? Shift F2. There's our sticker on the hood. There's our sticker on the side. I might go ahead and slide this one back a little bit. And take our hood one, and I think I might go slide it back on the hood a little bit. Shift F2. Adding that hotkey is absolutely a lifesaver when it comes to working on paint schemes. It saves so much time. It's just incredible how much time that will save by creating that hotkey for you to be able to see your car in real time and see the adjustments that you're making. All right, so that looks pretty good. And we need to go ahead and get the side one. Let's get one over on the driver's side. Oh. Duplicate layer. Again, let's name these as you go. Makes your life infinitely easier. Rotate it 180. And now here's the cool thing. See these pink lines? These keep you lined up side to side, which is exactly what you want. That looks about right there. Shift F2. How does it look on the other side? That looks pretty good to me. All right, so there's some sponsor stickers. Let's go ahead and grab one that I haven't skewed here. Let's go ahead and do this one more time. I'm going to put one on the trunk. Duplicate layer. Put it on the car. There we go. All right, there it is. Let's go ahead and scale that down again. We're going to want that somewhere here on the trunk. Start off at about there. If you want to see exactly where that's going to line up, you can turn your wire on here. Hit Control, and then over on your number pad, you hit the plus sign a couple of times. That's your zoom in. And you can see the lines here. You can see the contours. Form, scale. At about there. Turn your wire back off. Shift F2. Perfect. All right, so we've got some sponsor stickers. Now let's add some numbers. I have a number set that I personally use. Where did it go? There it is. It is the Robert Yates Racing Ernie Irvin design. Now to make this easy, take your 3 layers. So the download that I have here has different layers. There's your black outline, there's your white portion, and then there's your middle black portion. That will come and play later when we play around with spec maps. But for now, group from layers. Now they're in a folder. Duplicate group, and let's put it on the car. All right, driver number. The reason I'm doing that is I like the numbers to lean back towards the back of the car. So the way that that particular file is set up, that's the way that it's oriented. So let's go ahead and transform, scale. Gonna need to be shrunk down. And let's go ahead and rotate here around 180 degrees. Now, whenever you're going to go to move, make sure that you select all three. So if you hold shift and then click, that'll get you the entire group, essentially. And you can move it around. Okay, let's see how that looks on the car. So again, shift F2. Here we go. Now we've got numbers on the door. And if you want to get an idea for exactly where these should be placed, if you go here in the red grouping here, there's what's called number blocks. This shows you approximately where the number should be on the cars, and sponsor blocks, which is approximately where sponsors should go. Just use that as a reference. You don't have to be specifically within that box. It's a suggestion of a general area for you to put the stickers. Okay, so I like that. Now, I want to go ahead and play around with the colors here. So you know how we had the 3 layers? I'm going to go background, double click on it. I want the middle of my number. Well, let's have the middle of the number be purple. And again, because you set up that hotkey, shift F2, now you can see exactly what that number looks like. All right, so now that's the number format that we want. That's the color scheme that we want. Let's duplicate that group and now call it roof number, because I want the roof numbers to slant the same way. Those up here on the roof. We got more room on the roof, though. We can make these bigger. It may look a little pixelated kind of in the preview here. It'll smoothen out, don't worry. Hit your check mark, shift F2. There you go. Now you got your number on the roof. Now let's put that number over on the passenger side. We go to your driver's number. Duplicate group. Passenger number. We got a problem though. Those are going to slant the wrong way. So let's go ahead and flip them around 180 degrees. All right, do you see our problem? These now lean forward, not backwards. It's not what we want. So just kind of eyeball. And then you're going to go edit and then skew. Click the middle here on the top. Tilt it back. Hit your green check mark. And if you really want to see how this is going to line up, when you've skewed it, remember your reference points? Okay, so it looks like we may have skewed it just a little bit too much. This now just comes down purely to how picky do you want to be. Let me stand it up a little bit. Look at that. We got it to line up on both sides. This is purely just out of practice that I'm able to do that. I use this number on most of my cars, so that's how I'm able to get it to. I have experience with trying to get it that close. Let's do the same thing. See how it lined up there with the middle of the sticker? Shift F2 one more time. There we go. Now we got numbers on that side. We paid attention to where our exhaust hole is here. So the numbers are just forward enough that we're not going to be obstructed by that. We've got our sponsor stickers on here. What you can do now, let's go ahead, let's save a copy again. Go back to your Cars Late Model folder. Let's go ahead and save a target. Remember what we did last time where we created this one? Let's name this one Black Teal Pink Custom Numbers. Hit OK, hit OK. So now you have that Targa file saved. Now let's just go back to our trading paints, just like we did on the last one. You're still in the same car, custom number. I've been playing around with some paint schemes here. So let's go ahead and we'll just remove it. Paint, no paint selected. Now you can choose new paint, upload a paint, pick your car number. I'm car number 28. Black Teal Pink Custom Numbers. Hit open. Wait for it to upload. And there we go. Success. Your new paint has been uploaded. Look for it the next time you race. There you go. So now you have your sim stamped number. You have your custom number. You've got 2 different paint schemes that you've created here. Now, what I would recommend is that you make a similar version, that you make, if you're going to have different patterns like this, or if you're going to have the same pattern, save one as your sim stamp number without any stickers, or at least without the custom numbers on it. Save that one there, and then have your custom number one there. That way you've got the same base scheme, just one has sim numbers, one has custom numbers. Just depends on what the other people racing on the racetrack with you have selected for their options. All right, so that's how we take that base paint scheme. We've added some stickers to it. I'm going to go ahead and add a few more here. And when you come back to me in the next video, I'm going to show you how to take this paint scheme here. Already looks pretty cool. This is going to stand out for sure on the racetrack. You want to make this thing look absolutely incredible. We're going to play with spec maps next. So stick around for the next video where I'll show you how to work with the spec maps, and we'll really have some fun here. So we'll see you in the next video.